Okay, moving on to the next session, we have Ms. Sulbha Rai, the CPO for RenewBuy. An MBA in HR and Finance, Sulbha serves as Chief People Officers in RenewBuy, a leading online insurance platform. She is responsible for driving innovative and future-focused HR strategies that align with the company's vision and values. With over 15 years of experience in HR capital management, Sulbha brings deep expertise in performance management, employee relations, diversity, and inclusion. Please welcome Ms. Sulbha Rai.
Good morning, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here. And this topic, when Sushant reached out to me, what is a topic that you would like to speak? And I think this resonated with me a lot because I've had a journey which has seen multiple changes, and I am a true believer of unlearning, learning, and relearning. I kind of worked in a big four for almost like a decade, became an entrepreneur, ran my own business of HR strategy consulting for about 4 years, and then joined RenewBuy as a Chief People Officer. And within RenewBuy, as I stand before you, apart from HR, I also take care of the operations, and I also head a part of business, that's renewals. So it's been a great journey, and I think this philosophy has really helped me achieve throughout my tenure. So, you know, and this is one thing that I have realized that, you know, the only thing that has been constant in my life has been the change. And I truly live by that. Before we really delve into why it is important, what needs to be done, I've just tried to, you know, use some powerful phrases, and it's really, you know, we used to say survival of the fittest. I think in this age when, you know, there's so much of competition, so much of rigor, there is so much of change, turmoil, internally, externally. I think it is all about, you know, your resilience, your ability to respond to a change. That's really make you not only survive, but thrive. And the role of L&D is, you know, earlier, so Sneha, sorry, she mentioned that, you know, it's not the responsibility of HR or L&D, and that's absolutely right. We are the enablers, we have to, and that's how we become the strategic force in contributing to the organization where you are ensuring that your workforce is future ready. So huge responsibility on the shoulders out there. And yes, I think it's not about reading, writing anymore. It's all about evolving yourself. And if you're not able to do that, then probably you fall in the category of being the illiterate. So I think that's really something that's happening. We really want to first delve into why are we even really talking about all of this? What's the current challenges that we're facing, and why so much of emphasis on always being on your toes, always learning new things? Why does it even pertain to us? We used to, a few years back, talk about the VUCA world. VUCA world has now changed to the Bani. It's absolutely brittle, it's absolutely anxious, you know, it's non-linear and incomprehensible. And that's how the businesses are. I represent a fintech company, and within, you know, 7 years of my career out here, I've seen so much of a change. COVID, no COVID, funding, no funding, to change of business models, change of org structures. So much has happened, and in all of that, ensuring we have the right set of people with the right set of skills to help us grow. So, you know, with the external environment changing so much, it's extremely important that we're cognizant and always keeping our organization ready for the future. Technology disruptions, I think everyone knows that. Now it's no more about, you know, the technologies are also changing every 6 months. There is a new version which is coming, and the adaptation, not only by the employees, but by the organization, becomes extremely important. So that's really the reality of the world. Our generations, the workforces, I think now, big old organizations, I'm sure they would be managing maybe multi-generational workforce, and their needs and aspiration will be very, very different than what it used to be a few years down the line. And I have got 2 girls, and there is a 9 years of age gap, and I feel there is a generational gap between the two. So I think for organizations, it has to be extremely important how you're looking at your workforce. People who are, born digital, how do you cope up with them? Someone, a Gen X or a baby boomer, how do you deal with them? And that's a reality. You need all kinds of people, you need all kinds of skills. 5 fingers are not same. You can't expect 2 people to be same, right? So you have to ensure that you are, responding to your workforce dynamics. And like I was saying, the technology changes every 6 months. I think the skills, their half-life of a skill has become less than 5 years. What does it actually means is that the skills are becoming redundant. They are becoming obsolete. And hence, you really need to catch up because they will no more be relevant in the future. And hence, why it matters and why it matters the most. So I think with the context of the challenge that is behind us, I hope it makes clear that why we should be always thinking about not just learning or learning, but relearning. And while it is great to be in the cycle of, learn, unlearn, relearn, it's always important for one to understand what is something which is coming to our way. And, to resist is a very natural response to the human because, our brain is always looking for danger and any change means like a danger and we want to just resist it. But, in the current context, we really need to change our mind and create that shift in us and understand, and unless you are really understand what is that is coming in your way, you'll not be able to, address that. Some of the things, even I have also personally experienced in my own journey and when I lead the organization, and these are some of them. And what makes the toughest one, if I have to talk about, I think you all guys can read, but I think organizational inertia, that really comes in the way of making a change like this. And leadership gap, I think this does become a huge impediment. If leaders themselves are not agile, if leaders themselves are not self-aware, and if leaders are not looking into the future, it really comes in the way of leading an organization, leading the people, leading the change. So as L&D professionals or HR professionals, I think that becomes a very critical part of your role to ensure that you have those dialogues and ensure that the leadership is, has complete buy-in. And you always have to start with the why. You can't just say, just because I'm an expert, this needs to be done. Believe you me, it never gets sold. Until unless you explain their VIFM, what is in it for them, what is in it for the organization, what is in it for the employees, you will never be able to sail through this. So this is something that has, because when I was an entrepreneur, I had the privilege of working with a lot of other CXOs of different organizations, different sectors. And wherever there was a challenge out there, it was a tough nut to crack. And the only thing that helped me navigate was, I think, when I was able to articulate the why, the need. And I think once that's kind of understood, then things kind of move and progress. Apart from that, I think the cultural resistance is a lot of times training is seen just like a tick box. And again, I go back to my previous speaker who said that it has to be something which has to be done voluntarily. The moment you put it like, oh, it's an extra hours, oh, I have to go, that learning is never going to happen. It's like you're asking a child, you have to go and attend this tuition. I don't know how much time that the child is really interested because his or her heart is somewhere else and not really in the subject. So it has to really come from within. And again, for the employees, it should be linked to a career advancement. And it's not always vertical, it could be lateral. I also heard a lot of questions about how do you measure. And great way to do that is make it part of the KPIs, make it part of their KRAs. And the moment you do that, there is already, a shift in the mindset that this is not something which has been enforced upon me, but this is something which has helped me grow and move ahead. In my organization also, when we were trying to implement various initiatives, and one of them being, so I belong to insure tech space, and just to give a little bit of a background, we started with one product like motor insurance, then moved to multi-product, including health and life. Earlier, we used to have 3 verticals. People would sell only motor, sell only health, sell only life. And then we said, to build the economies of scale, it's important that every RM, relationship manager, sells all 3 products. And then it is very difficult because there is a resistance. Oh, I belong to a particular kind of, I have a knowledge of particular product, and that's my expertise. I don't want to look like a fool with the remaining 2, or just a resistance that I'm a champion in this. Why do I need to do this? I can already do a lot of business from one product. Why learn the 2? And just to ensure that that gets adopted well, we changed the goal sheets. We asked them to, ensure that every product is sold. There was some contribution matrix that we allocated. And obviously they were put through different training programs. And the whole concept was make yourself comfortable with the other products, build your expertise here, and if you're able to learn better, faster, this is going to result in your great performance and your KPIs, your incentive, your growth path. And that's when then we would not require, please come attend your training programs, this is the invite. No more, because that's linked to their incentive, that's linked to their performance growth, and it happens automatically. So, yeah, I think I did already speak about it. I think it's always about the why. The moment you're, how do you really close, ensure that you're breaking those barriers and ensuring that there is not only adoption, but there is, a complete excitement in the organization about this. And we talk about, learning culture, but how does that culture get imbibed? That's extremely important. Are you really rewarding the right behaviors? Are you really recognizing the champions? Are you really walking the talk? And something that I personally do in my team, and I keep talking about, I personally keep doing a lot of, I keep investing in my own learning. So whenever I do anything, so I recently did some AI workshop for a couple of days, and the first thing that I did, just go back to my team and said, this is what I learned, happy to share it with you. Why don't you all guys do it and come back and share it with us? So that's something that we keep doing. I keep inviting my friends from different departments, from different organizations to come and talk to my people, to just generally talk about how things are happening in their organization, how they are looking at the talent, what's happening new. So it's just sharing of knowledge, investing in self, giving it back. That's how the culture gets developed. So there is, we earlier thought of taking subscriptions of Udemy, etc., etc. And then we said, again, people should raise the hands and do it. Earlier we were pushing them, please go attend, especially the techies. And the moment everything got linked to their goal sheets and the buzz, because whosoever would attend, we would ask them to be the presenter, give it, and we had created some kind of an academy within the organization, and they would be treated as like the professors. So there was some kind of an excitement that was created, those who were investing in themselves and giving it back. And that's how we were trying to build the excitement, and that excitement led to creation of a culture within the organization. And also, I totally believe in starting small, rather than going whole hog, involving the entire organization, all departments, piece by piece, bit by bit, because it is very, very iterative. You can't be really in love with your ideas, that this is my idea and it is beautiful and it will be the best. Doesn't happen. Most of the time, your first idea is the worst idea. You have to go through a lot of iterative processes. So start small, implement it, see its efficacy, measure its results, and then blow it up. That's how at least we have been doing it in our organization. I think my thoughts are faster than my slides. I think I've been already talking about how we are going to create that culture within the organization. And I did speak about how do you connect it with the goals, how do you connect with these strategic priorities. Again, I'll give you some example, and that will help you understand beyond the slides. So we were facing a challenge of lot of silo working. So there would be a tech department that would be working separately. There will be a product department, marketing, HR, ops, and great at their work, but when it comes to collaboration, something or the other would fall. And that's when we said, we would keep saying, let's break the silos, let's come together, work. And then my CEO and I said that we really need to do something about it. And how do we really make this happen? And we said, going forward, there will be no departments. And how did we demolish that? We came together, we discussed what are the organization's top 7, 8 priorities. And we first deliberated within the CXOs, what are the top priorities, and then we published them all India. And we said, whosoever wants to lead the priority of the organization can nominate themselves. Irrespective of the level, irrespective of the hierarchy, anyone can be the leader, and they will get to choose their team. So we created pods, and we said, you have to come, present your personal case, you'll talk about the business case, what will you do in this project, and what is the team that you need, and what is the other support that you would need. And believe you me, it was so fantastic. For the 8 projects, we received more than 40 nominations, and 5, 6 CXOs, we interviewed each one of them. They made a case, and in some pods, there was a manager who was leading it. Some pods, a VP was leading it. Some pod, a chief manager was leading it. They created their own teams. They asked for help. They said the reward is the ESOPs that they want, and so on and so forth. So it was a wonderful exercise. And all of a sudden we realized somebody from the marketing was leading a team of tech and product. Somebody from a product team was leading a team of sales and ops. And all of a sudden, there was immense camaraderie and a culture of working together in a team just emerged. Of course, we did facilitate because it was a new thing for them, managing change, managing different stakeholders that happened, and that's when we planned the learning journey for them. And again, it was so effortless because people knew that they have to be successful in their pod and they have to deliver a business result, and they have to be adept at managing different stakeholders, they have to be good at communicating the priorities, getting things done, and there was an entire journey that we created for them. They were hand-holded through mentoring also, and further external sessions. But that was a great success, and that really helped us, change that barriers within the minds of the people. That helps us deliver on those pods, and the entire organization became so aligned because we were all working for the common objectives of the organization. So yeah, that's something that we were trying to do, and that's how at least at RenewBuy, we were able to create the culture of learning out there. Being a fintech, we are a tech-based company. We totally believe in using technology to our advantage. Not getting enslaved, but really leveraging it because there's so much that you can do. And yes, gone are the days of classroom learning. People really don't have the patience. They get bored in just 30-second reel. So, listening to, and thanks for the audience, they are listening here for long. But it's really difficult to capture the attention of the adults of late. And we obviously did a lot of, personalization. And for us, we don't ask the managers only. We just ask people, what is something that you want to pick up? What is something that's your priority? And we allow them to be more, exploratory, because we said not only about your subject, but if there is anything else that you want to learn. So somebody in HR would be very happy to pick something in AI, something in project management, something in product management, and we are more than happy for them to pick up those skills, because any learning never goes waste. It can be applied somewhere or the other. So techies would, apart from the technical skills, would opt for something within product. Sales would, again, very fluid. We allow them to pick up whatever they want to, and we give them the access. So our LMS, even for the sales, so that's the largest piece that I have. I've got more than 1,000 plus feet on street people, and they're spread across 150 cities and towns of the country. And reaching out to them is a big challenge, and ensuring that learning happens for them. So classroom, of course, complete no-no. And the way we changed the model was, it's not even some PPTs being shared with them. The training team came together and literally created, because human mind is more attuned or remember stories. So we created scripts like short clips of interaction between a client and the RM, or the, how you're selling, the pitch, etc. And just a couple of minutes videos, and they became part of a learning journey for these RMs. And to further, ensure its adoption, it was not only done by the training team. We involved the sales team, because, like I said, these RMs are spread across 150 cities and towns of the country. We asked sales team from different language zones. So people in Bangalore, Kerala, or Gujarat. So with the language competence, we asked the few of the sales team members who are good in the communication. The training team kind of first sat with them, did kind of a role play, and then we recorded, and then we circulated it to the RMs. And I think that, again, because it was not only English or only Hindi, people were able to understand, because at the end of the day, they are meeting the local agents in their location, and it's important to converse and communicate the message. Language wasn't a barrier at all. So we did that. And yes, we do have gamification, we have leaderboards, and it's like making them champions. And the moment somebody does good, we just do a lot of ho-halla about that, publish their achievements, make them role models, and ask them to, go back and give more to the employees. That's how we have been kind of using it in the organization to ensure that there's a continuous learning happening. And measuring. So everybody is very concerned about how do you measure learning inputs. When the budgets are created, everybody says, why do you need so much of a budget? What is it going to deliver to me for the organization? And I think we really need to make a shift from the way traditionally we have been looking at per hour, per day, per program costs, etc. I think at least the way we use the lens is always, how is it going to help my business? How is it going to help my people? That's it. These are the only two things. Why it is important for my business, why it is important for my people. And when it comes to measuring it is all about what impact they have been able to, again, deliver on the business. That is the simplest matrix. And most business owners, CXOs, only understand the language of business and the numbers. No matter whatever you may say, number of hours, cost, budget, etc. At the end of the day, what is the ROI? How much has that moved the needle for my business? That's really what we look at. So for the techies, it becomes extremely challenging. And the way we ensure that we are able to measure it is that once they are, through some kind of technical trainings, they are given more projects, more responsibilities. And the way we try to see how has been the efficacy of the codes, how many bugs, how is it better. So these are some of the ways in which the technical or the techies trainings get measured. So again, too much on the job is what the focus is. One dialogue that my team keeps hearing from me a lot is, let's not be tick in the box. Let's not do just for the sake of doing things. The moment you become a tick in the box, you just lose your relevance and you lose your importance, because that's not really the impact that you'll be able to ever create with that kind of a mindset. So every time we are launching anything, we are always keeping the business impact matrix at the center of the focus. And that has really helped us move the needle. And L&D is very much part of the business. It's not really a separate department, so to say. It's really part of the business, and they keep asking for it. So it's never the reverse that, give your needs, come and attend. It's always the other way around, business asking for us, this is what we need to prepare, this is what we need to do for our people. All right, I had some examples just to, make you sure of the things that has really worked and even in large organization. IBM used to be hardware, they really Unlearned, relearned, and then launched themselves into the services company, and we all know where they are. Airbnb, again, moved from the traditional, travel and tourism, and they have really evolved it, and that's all about through the learning. Satya Nadella of Microsoft, mentioned instead of knowing it all, it's about learn it all. You can't be always thinking about, I'm so many years of experience and I know it. I think it's all about keep the child in you always inquisitive and remain a keen learner, and that's really going to help. So I think for people, I think when you look at learnings and building your own learning agility, I think it's extremely important that you, these are slides I can share, but the message, the bottom line is just be inquisitive about what's happening. Always, rather than discarding anything, always be more interested in knowing and always try to know the why of it and then how and what will eventually emerge for you. Yeah, so that's really it from my side. Happy to take any questions. Yes, please.
Hi.
Hi.
Just a quick one. There is a psychological safety. So I would like to know how the HR and the L&D team practically implement the psychological safety for the people who are in hybrid and the remote environment, at least to get, they will be like take the risk of trainings and asking questions.
I think it starts again by encouraging more participation, and if you're talking about the hybrid, I think that any which way is allowed. So a lot of times people are hesitant in asking, give them, if it is hybrid, they can just pose the questions and allow them to even, beyond the training hours, allow them to ask the questions. If they just don't want to do it in front of everyone, just allow them. Typically what we have done, and that's where one-on-one, apart from the training within, so when we were doing the pod thing, apart from the classroom sessions we would then have a group coaching, and then we would also have an individual coaching. So sometimes few questions may emerge during a smaller group, and sometimes only towards the end when they are doing one-on-one. So I think you need to provide more avenues to people and encourage them to ask more questions. And someone who's at the facilitating end should be, extremely open and welcoming those things rather than saying, "Arey, itna sa bhi nahi samajh mein aaya, itna to bataya." I think those are really not the questions, and give them the smaller groups, individual attention, and that may help you.
Thank you.
And start from the leaders, I think. I keep saying, so I keep telling my team, I don't know it all. Tell me, you go learn and tell me. And I encourage my team, you take a session, you attend something, you come back, you tell me. I cannot not know all. I think when the tone from the top is that I'm happy to learn from you, tell me more, I don't know this, I think that's again another way of building a psychological safety, because we all are vulnerable. ऐसे थोड़ी ना कुछ tag लग गया and we know it all. So I think that's another way of handling it.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sulbha, for such a power-packed session. It was wonderful listening to you.
Thank you.
So while you were delivering the session, you had mentioned about the concept of academy during a conversation. So at Adani Power, we are now like for this year's approach, we are focusing on leveraging our internal employees as well, because this is how the trainings might be more relevant, because the external trainers will definitely have the subject matter expertise, but no matter how many case studies we discuss with them, they will come and go. But people who are in the like, they're completely assimilated, right? So can you talk a bit more about that academy part, so that maybe
Yes.
I can take some
Absolutely.
key takeaways?
So I'm sure you would have heard ये बहुत सारे 70% learning happens on the job, right? That's the thing. What we do is we always encourage people from the department to come and deliver on a subject. So I'm sorry, we have a very stringent budget, and we are on the verge of calling ourselves conjuice when it comes to spending externally. But we leverage our internal power. So we always ask people, and again across the hierarchy, we don't limit it to only a particular level and above. Anyone who has knowledge can come and deliver it. And for example, if somebody is not 100% out there, the whole intention is then the group comes together. If there is a question within the group that emerges that the speaker or the facilitator is not able to answer, we pick that as a problem, and as a group we come together, let's solve for it. How will this happen? So the way we do it is we keep inviting the internal people, and that's how we make them the heroes, and that's how we, the culture gets imbibed just like that. So we keep asking for nominations, who wants to do or deliver some kind of a training. As simple as Excel se leke project management se leke some technical subjects, our preference is to go internal.
And we are also talking about the bite-sized learning. What platform are you all leveraging for that?
Very simple. There's nothing, no rocket science. आजकल phone से सब videos बन जाते हैं. Just create those videos, do all that editing and push in the LMS. That's it.
So you create those videos internally?
Yes.
Okay.
Through the phone.
Superb.
No fancy thing, nothing at all. No background music, no nothing. बस phone से किया, video record करा and post कर दिया. Anything else? Thank you so much. It was wonderful interacting with all of you. I hope you can pick this learning and apply at your organization. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sulbha. It was indeed a powerful session. And on behalf of the entire audience sitting here, we would like to wish you, your daughter, a very happy birthday. In spite of such a good, such a beautiful affair at home, she managed to come to on time. Thank you so much for coming.